Here. That's what happens when you're weed whacking and you catch a rock or a stick and it flies up in your face. And if you don't have eye shields on, these guys, then it bounces off your cheek. That's what that is. Now that you're up to date on that. What's wrong with his face? What's wrong with your face? No. There's a 15 of them in here. There we go. All right. What the hell? Let's pecker wrecker. I don't know what that means, but okay. Here we go.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your host, Travis Holmes.
I feel so bad. I feel... There's something going on. I'm at this age now. I'm 51. Here we are in November. I'll be 52 in January. And I think something's deep down inside. I feel bad about doing little things or having little things done, and it's because of me. It's my fault. And the reason why I bring this up is our neighbors next door is, they have, we sit on 22 some odd acres. We have chickens and all that stuff. And they have chickens and stuff next door too. But the difference between our chickens and their chickens, we bought ours from a hatchery. So we want, 15 hens, 15 of these hens, 15 of these hens, and, all hens. Did something just land on my head? They do theirs naturally. They have one rooster, and they'll incubate the eggs and stuff. Now, you know what happens, just like a gene pool, normal gene pool, humans itself, is, it's 50-50, whether it's a boy or a girl. Well, they must have 5 roosters over there. And the reason why I bring this up is because one of the roosters got out of the pen and ended up on our property and adopted our flock. So we have one of their roosters, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, he's fine. He's got a job. This is his job to protect our chickens. That's his job. He's not bothering us. He's not doing anything. He goes up at night. It's a little bit more food, but how much does the fucking chicken eat?" But they now have 4 more roosters over there, and they can't get it together. Every day, our rooster, the one that came over from them, perfect. I mean, like you would normally hear a rooster. Perfect. Perfect. Their waterhead roosters that are over there are like this. So it's one thing to hear the national anthem. I don't mind the national anthem. But when the national anthem's sung bad, you're just like going, "God damn, you suck. I'm sorry. Can I do that again? I fucked up. I got so nervous." It's live. Go ahead. Keep going. Illuminati, whatever her name was. So I would make fun of them all the time. Out in the yard, all you would hear, nonstop, sun up to sundown. And they'd answer each other. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I just and our rooster, the one that adopted us, would respond. So that's all you heard all day long. You can't sit on the back porch without these things cock-a-doodle-doing. And I made mention to our neighbor who has the barking dog, and the new neighbor behind us is said something about the dog barking all the time. So they fixed that problem. They got like a buzzer for the dog's neck or something. I don't know. So I was outside. I was doing something on the back porch, and I kept going. Every time the rooster did something, I go, "I'm a rooster too." And I was just, I had a couple beers and stuff. I didn't give a shit. But I just wanted them to realize that, when we hear it, this is what we hear back and forth across the neighbors here. So he sent me a text about a week ago and said, as of this Wednesday, the rooster situation will be handled. And I go, okay, what are you doing with that? Well, we're going to process them because we're tired of listening to them too. I think that was his escape for saying, hey, I know these roosters are bothering you. And I brought this up a couple of podcasts ago. This was a quiet place until they moved in and brought in all the animals that make noises. Every noise that you hear out there is because of them. So Tuesday comes around, and I'm like, they're out there, and they're... And I go, oh, guys, I'm sorry. I said a little prayer in the back of my head. Now, I don't believe in God or anything like that. I do believe in one holy, big, not holy, but big entity. You know, how did we get here and stuff? But I said to myself, to my little prayer, and I go, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I made fun of you guys. I'm sorry that I complained because your day is coming, and they have no idea. And for whatever reason, deep down in the black pit of my soul, I felt bad because it's because of me complaining that these roosters are making, a shit ton of noise, and because of me complaining, they're going to be put to death. And that's it. Dead. However they do, chop their heads off, run around like, chickens. No, I don't know how they do it. It's some kind of waffle cone that they stick the chicken's head down in and kill them. And I was like, moment of solidarity, and I sat there and I'm like, And Wednesday came around, and my dad goes on the back porch, and I go, it's kind of quiet out here, isn't it, Dad? And he goes, yeah, it's kind of quiet. I said, well, you know why? He goes, I don't know why. I don't know why. I said, you don't hear any roosters, do you? Huh? I can barely hear you. I said, because of me complaining, not complaining, but, tongue-in-cheek complaining, that they killed all the roosters. But it's still going to happen because they still do the natural birth thing with the chickens. I don't know, that sounds weird. But on top of that, I feel bad about just killing. I say killing. It was nothing when you're a teenager or a kid or anything like that to burn ants. Burning ants. You don't realize the how valuable life can be and how sensitive life can be. And I know I'm bringing everyone down right here in the beginning of the show. I'm sorry. This is just the one thing that it was sticking in the back of my mind. I know I'll get to all the funny shit that happened and stuff for me. And you're like, don't worry, I'll get into all that. But it was just like one of those things that was just in the back of my mind. Don't step on ants. Don't step on bugs. Don't kill this. Unless it's a wasp. Fuck them wasps. Anything that stings me, dead. I don't care. Dead. Ants, dead. I don't care. But if they have if they're not bothering me, then let them live. Like spiders, I don't mess with spiders. I'll knock their webs down a little bit and tell them to move on down the street like a homeless guy. He'd kick his tent over, his homeless tent over, and go, all right, get on down the street. I'm not going to kill you. Just move on somewhere else. I don't want to look at you. But yeah, in the last 3 or 4 days, I had a rough time accepting the fact that I had or thought I had some part of these roosters being dead or being killed. And it's I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Am I a pussy? Yeah, a little bit, maybe. But no, I mean, it's life. And what kept sticking in my mind was that these roosters were sitting out there just doing the rooster thing. They're out there doing, cock-a-doodle doing and stuff. And in the back of my mind, I was like, tomorrow's the day, guys. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day that you are not going to be able to do that anymore. And they had no idea. Now, I don't know how smart or intelligent a rooster is. I've seen them at the fair. They beat me in tic-tac-toe all the time. But, I mean, for the most part, they had no idea that their demise was coming up in less than 24 hours. So that's what happened there. I was in Walmart today. Yep. Shocker, right? And I felt like kind of a whore. I felt like, what's her name? From Flash Dancers, and I'll dive into that, and I'll get into all the funny shit and stuff that's been happening for the last couple days or so, and I'll dive in that. And if you're not watching this on YouTube, now's your chance to get over there, because this is going to get silly. All right, guys, stick around. I'll be right back. So yesterday was Halloween, and because of where we live, excuse me, while I pick my nostril here. Because of where we live, our driveway is, it's a long drive. It's like 50 yards, 100 yards, football length fill. I don't know. It's far from the road. And we're not in a neighborhood. It's our 22 acres, and then, you go down a little bit, and there's another house, and then go down a little bit. So it's not like, kids are walking door to door, because they'll be out walking on a 2-lane country road. Mommy, I'm a ghost. Bam, hit him with a truck. Mommy, I'm really a ghost now. Stupid. So, I always say, this is my favorite time of the year, but unfortunately I can't do anything because it's not worth it. It's not worth decorating. It's not worth anything. And I would do it when we lived in Orlando. I would do like haunted house, and I had all the stuff, and I had kids walking through mazes, and we have at least 500 some odd kids, running through our development, and they come through like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, nope, seen you before. You got to get out of here one at a time. But here, I don't want to risk the fact, like in a movie, it's, they knock on the door. Can we come in? No. Trick or treat? No. So I turn all the porch lights off and try to make the house as dark as possible, because we don't have street lights either. I mean, we're literally out in the country. The only street light we have is the one that we put in. We had Duke Power put in down by the barn. It's a physical light. We pay like $25 a month or something for it, but it lights up the backside of the property between here and the barn and the arena back there. Front of the house, there's no street lights in any direction at all. None. So I turned all the lights off. And because of where the front door is adjacent to my dad's bedroom, I said, Dad, you're in charge. Huh? I said, if anyone comes to that door saying trick or treat. Now, my dad keeps a little, a candy bowl because he gets cotton mouth, old people and his medicine and stuff. I need a Werther's candy or something. He's got a whole, literally like a what you would hold Halloween candy in, big, I don't even know what it's a bowl. It's a glass bowl that's sitting by his door. He's got a little end table there, and he puts it, and he goes out there and grabs a little Jolly Rancher and sticks it in his mouth and rattles it around his freaking dentures. Take it inside, Dad. I said, if anyone comes to the door, you're in charge. Because my bedroom, or our bedroom, the master bedroom, is on the other side, on the back side of the house. It would take me a half hour to walk through. I know, baller, right? To walk through all the hallways, through the dining room, through the kitchen, and then go to the front door. By then, the kids are emaciated. They're dead, Everyone's dying on the show. I said, Dad, because your door, your bedroom is literally straight across the foyer from the front door. You're in charge of the front door. Well, what do I do? Just give him some of these Jolly Ranchers. What about those lemon drops, those sugar-free lemon drops that make you pass gas all day long because of the sugar alcohol that's in them? You eat those and you play, trumpet and, throw them in the kids' basket and have them go. But I want you to do this, Dad, because we do get weird people that knock on the door. Oh, please help me. My car broke down. Nope, sorry. No habla inglés. Go down the road. Because sometimes, people get scammed. And they knock on the door and you end up dead in the ditch. Everyone's dying. He goes, okay, well, I can't hear very well. I said, well, then, it's either they're going to barge through the door and come in and get you, or they're going to knock down and something. I don't know. But he was in charge of that. So I said, Dad, you're responsible for anyone that comes to the front door, because I'll be in the safety secure of my panic room in the bedroom watching the NBA game. My wife got me, bought me the NBA package. Never had it before, never had a need to have it. I thought it was interesting. When living in Orlando, I'd follow the Orlando Magic. Now that I'm up here in Charlotte, North Carolina, I can't watch the Orlando Magic like I want to. And I said this year to my wife, I said, my television options are very, very slim up here. I said, can I watch the NBA? Is there a way we can stream this somewhere with all the different streaming stuff that we have? Can we have NBA? Can I watch the Magic play? So we got the package. It was like $89 or something like that. And I'm like, well, that's not too bad, but I hate spending $89 just on me to do something that I'm that way. I want to save money. I'd rather watch it later, but my wife's like, no, it'll make you happy. I said, okay. I said, if it's under $100, let's go for it. So she found it. It was $89 for the NBA package. You get all the games, away games, home games, and all that stuff. So I'm enjoying it. I am so enjoying it. I'm sitting there, and I've watched 2 games, and my wife goes, hey, there's a game on tonight. I go, really? Shit, I don't have my Magic schedule. She's like, yeah, I just got a notice on my phone that the game's going to start here soon. So I sit in the bedroom, and I've got this nice leather love seat type chair. I can, curl my legs up like a little schoolgirl. Hi, I'm watching you. And sit there and watch the game. And I hoot and holler and all that stuff. I haven't watched the Magic play in 14 years since we've been up here in North Carolina. So it was fun to watch them and do all the things. Now, it's a different experience when you're watching a Magic or pro basketball game on a package because they are very, 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 very limited on advertisement because you've already paid for the package. Essentially, it should be quote unquote commercial free. So they might put up a blank, when it's a timeout, normally your affiliate programs will go to a 30-second commercial somewhere. And this timeout's brought to you by Nissan. Nissan, with a new Ford Explorer. And yeah, because Nissan makes Ford Explorer. But they'll do something like that. When you have the package, they put up this generic blank screen, blue screen. It says NBA on, whatever, not NBC or anything. It just says NBA package. And then it has a, game break or something like that. And it flashes and they'll play a little tune. And so you get generic, tune that's doesn't get royalties or anything like that. And then sometimes they'll do things, kind of break it up a little bit. I saw something when I was watching the Magic game the other day, and they were playing. Oh Christ, I don't know who they were playing. They're playing. They were playing the Bulls. It's fourth quarter, timeout, and it's 20 second. If they do touch their shoulders, 20 second, or it's a full timeout and they tap the top of their head. Full timeout is a little over 2 minutes. 2 or 3 minutes. I forget how long it is. It's been a while since I played professional basketball. But during this timeout, if you're in the arena, sometimes they'll bring out like the BMX guy, and he'll BMX for a little bit and he'll do a flip or something like that, and yay, everyone claps, or they'll bring out the cannon guy and they pump up the audience and they're shooting air cannon t-shirts and stuff into the audience. Chicago did this, which I thought was so fucking cool. They had on one side of the court a 3-on-3 game, and on the other side of the court a 3-on-3 game. Now, when I say 3-on-3 game, they must have been 10 years old or younger. Let's say 12 years old, because you can play, you can get some good maneuvers. You're old enough to understand the physics of basketball. They had a 3-on-3, 12 years old, 12 to 10 years, or let's say 10 to 12 years old. On this side, and they were playing 3-on-3, and on the other side, they had 10 to 12-year-old girls 3-on-3 playing basketball on this end. And they had a ref. Now, it's not the NBA refs, but it was an actual ref. They weren't putting on a show or anything like that. They basically had 3 to 5 minutes, whatever the timeout length was, to play on a pro basketball court. And it was so cool. As you're watching this here on the YouTube video, my camera is automatically timed to go in between different scenes and stuff, so you can, get different angles of me here on the show. They were doing the same thing. They go down and watch the boys for a little bit, which I know that sounds weird, but yeah, they'd watch the boys play 3-on-3 for about 30, 45 seconds, and then they switch to the girls, and they would play and shoot and then they were shooting at that 10-foot goal. They were doing the basketball on the basketball, and they're 10, 12 years old, and they'd switch back to the boys, and the boys would be playing, and then they switch back to the girls, and the girls would be playing, and then they had like fouls and all that stuff, but it wasn't like fouls like free throws. If they caused a foul, they'd lose possession, and the other 3-on-3 would get it. You know what I'm saying? You just call a ball and you take the ball off of the top of the key. I thought that was so cool. That was so ingenious. I've never seen that before. It's been a while since I've been to an arena basketball game in itself. I just thought that was so cool and so unique. And how fun would that be if you're that age and sitting there shooting on a professional in front of an arena holds anywhere from 15 to 20,000 people. And if it's a sold-out arena and you're sitting there playing 3-on-3 with your 3 girlfriends or 3 boyfriends that you've grown up with, childhood friends, I should say, and you're playing basketball on a pro court and something like that, and you're trying to shoot the 3, shoot the whatever, and I was like sitting there, I was like, oh God damn, to be that age again, or to be in that, I wonder what's going through those kids' mind. Probably at the time, they were like going, hey, this is cool. We're gonna play on a basketball court. Fast forward 10, 20 years from now, they'll be telling the story of, hey, I played on where the Chicago Bulls played. I played on that parquet floor in whatever arena it is at the time. I did that. And there's video of me doing that somewhere in there. Everyone's on video. I just thought that was so neat. I thought that was so cool. And I got jealous a little bit. I was like, man, damn it. That would be so cool. So that's what happened there. I know I was going to tell you about my Walmart experience, and I will when we come back. So stick around. I'll be right back. My wife's out of town. Yep, she that's why my dad was in charge of the front door during Halloween. My wife left. She left me. No, she'll never do that. She loves me too much. But she's been planning this. I say planning. She's been training. Because we have horses here. We have a couple show horses and stuff. We have one major horse that she's in competition with. And she had to, she qualified, because you just can't walk in there and say, I'm taking my horse in there and fuck you, I'm riding. No, you have to qualify. You have to get certain scores and stuff. And she qualified for this championship in South Carolina. It's about 3 hours away. Not South Carolina. South Carolina border is probably about 45 minutes from us. But where she was going in South Carolina is about 3 hours away. So she left Thursday morning early, Halloween day. And so she's gone. But before she left, it's her and like, I think 8 other riders and the trainer and all that stuff. And they have to, they're going to stay in, they've got like a bungalow that they can rent on the property. The property's that big where they were like on, they have these little cottages, $200, $300 a night instead of getting a hotel. You're always on property. So they have like, 10 cottages and stuff, and people split the rooms and stuff. And can I say stuff one more time? To save money outside of spending it on the rooms, everyone would donate their time and efforts and stuff to make a meal. My wife donated for 2 meals because, I don't know. She can do the horse math. I don't know. I don't understand. She's like, I'm making 2 meals. I said, okay, cool. Good. You can do that. What are you making? I'm making this. And would you mind making your famous chili? And I go, yeah, sure. She's telling me on Tuesday. I said, when do you want me to make it? I leave on Thursday. I'm like, oh, so I guess I'm making it tomorrow. Now, you say chili's easy to make. It is pretty much for the basic part. You can make chili and stuff. But the way I make it in layers. And I know, like, I'm some big chef and stuff. But it works. The way I make it. And I'm not going to give my secrets away because I've actually won awards for my chili. I've entered many chili contests and stuff, and I've won I think the closest I came to being the championship was like second runner-up, which is basically third place, I guess, because you have first place, first runner-up, and then second runner-up. It's a polite way of saying you did good, but you're still third. But out of, I think it was like 150 chilies, I came in, second runner-up. Figured that one out. I said, okay, I'll make it. And it takes me a good 2.5 hours to do the layering and getting everything cooked and everything like that. I don't do anything crazy. It's basically, the ingredients is tomatoes, meat, chili beans, tomato sauce, onion, tomato, like Roma tomatoes. I always do Roma tomatoes in chili because they got a really, really good taste. It works well with the chili, cumin and all that stuff. But I'm not giving my secret away. There's nothing fancy about it. I don't add chocolate to it like some people do. I don't add, people add potatoes, like cubed potatoes, and they'll put that in there, the starch and stuff. And some people put apple bits in there. No, they're just trying to make, trying to sprinkle, gold dust on something that doesn't need the gold dust on. I almost said a turd, but let's say turd. All right. My chili's very basic. It's very, very, I know when it's done because it reaches a certain color. The color of my chili is orange. People out there are going, no. Burnt umber. Do you know what burnt umber is? Grab your Crayola pack of crayons, with the pencil sharpener in the back or the crayon sharpener in the back, the 64 pack, and look up burnt umber. Don't look at the crayon. Take the crayon and do a swash or a swatch on a piece of paper. That's the color of the chili. That's when I know it's exactly done. So my dad comes out, and he's had my chili before even living with me. He's been out to my competitions and stuff. And, you making chili? Yep, Dad, I'm making chili. And I usually make 2 gallons at the house, so we can have leftovers and stuff. Can I have some? I said, well, I'm making this for, Amy's horse trip that she's going on. I said, if there's anything left when she boxes up, me and you can split it and we can have some chili. I'm doing a lot of stuff here on the video. The cameras don't know what to do. They're freaking out. Okay. So I'm making the chili, and I get it all done. And I'm like, all right. Put the lid on it, and it's got a steat. Like, how you ever made boiled tea? Here in the South, we do boiled tea. You put your tea bags in there, and you let it boil, and it's ready, and you can turn the element down. You can turn the heat off when it starts foaming at the top, and you just turn it on and you just let it steep. So my chili, when it gets to the point where there's a little foam on top, it's ready. Everything's cooked. Everything's nice and the same temperature throughout the whole entire pot. Turn it off, put a lid on it, and let the steam and the seat just kind of, or steep, all do its thing. It's got to sit there for 2 hours or something. So my dad comes out. Now, I started this at, noon. 2.5 hours, so that's 2:30. It's got to steep for another 2 hours, so it puts us at 4:30, 4:45. Now, my dad's getting hungry. And I just happen to be walking in and out of the house doing something. And my dad goes, can I have a bowl of chili now? And I, had a couple of these. And I said, no, Dad. Did you not understand this is not for us. This is for Amy's trip. I said, if she boxes it, oh, here I go, yelling at my dad again. Someone's at the door, Dad. Huh? I said, this is for Amy's trip. She's got to feed the 6 to 8 people on, whatever to save money. I'm doing this for her so they don't have to go out and spend, $50, $60, $70 on a meal individually. No, you can't have any. Oh, okay. It doesn't register. Doesn't register in his mind. It does not register. So my wife leaves. She boxes everything up. Took every last drop of that chili. And she told me before she left, Thursday morning, because I made it on Wednesday. She told me Thursday morning that my dad was kind of hovering around in the kitchen. Oh, I'm just getting my tea for my... I just want to wipe this part of the counter down. And he's kind of, oh, that chili smells good. Thinking that he could smoosh my wife over to giving him a bowl. And my wife was like, I said, no. I said, babe, no. Do not give him any chili. Because people are going to be upset that they're not going to have enough chili at your horse thing. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to say? We've already been to parties like that. I told you about the party we went to. The horse people, and the one lady didn't have enough food. You can listen to past couple podcasts and go, boy, that was fun. Hey, where's that? Is this all the food? You don't want to be that lady because we all talked about her, and now she's scorned for life. Do not give my dad any of that food. So the next morning, Thursday morning, I said, we're boxing everything up and putting everything in the car and loading her up. She goes, your dad was asking me if there was any chili left. I said, what'd you tell him? She's like, no, I need this. I need it. You don't need it. I need it. See you later. That type of stuff. So my wife leaves. It's Halloween. Halloween morning. Halloween evening. I go in the kitchen and I go, so it's just me and you, Dad. This is it. This is just me and you. Hopefully we can last. Hopefully we won't kill each other. I said, what about, is there any chili? I said, Dad, there's no chili. Amy might bring back something after the show because they got refrigerators and way to keep everything, temperature controlled and stuff. It's not like it's sitting out on a picnic bench all day. I said, if she brings chili back, I don't know, but she'll bring it back on Sunday, and we'll have chili on Sunday evening. What if she doesn't bring it? All right, Dad. Do you want me to make you some chili? I'll make you another batch. Now, I've never made, in my whole entire life, I've never made one single batch of chili. 1 gallon. Well, gallon and a half. I've never done it. I'll give you some money if you... Dad, no. I said, you know what? I'm going to Walmart. I'm going today. I'll get the stuff, the ingredients, and I'll make you a gallon and a half. Me and you will have it this weekend. Well, I don't want to put you out. I said, no. You're not going to put me out because Saturday afternoon, you're taking me to lunch, and I'm going to drink a lot of beer, and you're going to pay for it. Okay, So that was the agreement that we had. But as I'm in Walmart and I'm wearing this shirt, if you're watching us here on the YouTube video, every podcast we do, we have a video as well. I'm trying not to get as commercial as possible, but, not to do a whole lot of plugs. But this is the shirt I was wearing when I was at Walmart. Hold on, let me stand up for you. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Look how skinny you are. And the reason why I bring this up is because this shirt has a pocket, a shirt pocket. I love the shirt pocket. At one time, it held cigarettes, and now it holds pens and all this stuff. So this shirt right here that I'm wearing, if you're not watching us, it is almost like a linen shirt. It's got, what is this? Like 3 buttons right here, no collar on it. It's a loose collar. It doesn't come all the way up to your neck like a turtleneck. No collar on it. It's just loose like a t-shirt would be. And it's very lightweight. It's thin. It's like a linen shirt, but it's not a linen shirt. And I'm walking around Walmart. And, of course, scam calls come in all the time. You know me, I love scam calls. I have a podcast. Well, it's not really a podcast. It's like an on-demand show called Bad Calls. Oh, man. I let them have it. I cuss and scream and yell at them. And I think I've got like over 200-something episodes of me just fucking with them, Anywhere from being gay to being a black person to a white person to an old lady to an old man and so on and so forth. So if you want to check that podcast out, or an on-demand show is what it is, check that out. It's called Bad Calls. You can find it on iHeart and Spotify and all that. But I usually put my phone, you're watching this on the video, this phone right here, I usually put it on in my back pocket. I was getting so many phone calls while I was at Walmart buying the stuff for the chili. I said, oh shit, I forgot this shirt right here. Where's that? This shirt right here has a pocket on the front. So I stick my phone in the pocket in the front. You can see right here. It's in my pocket. There it is. That's a better shot. See, it's in my front pocket. And as I'm walking around, sometimes you'll see someone that today, let's put it this way. Today was a nice day for me to smile and greet people. Some days I'll just head down, get the fuck out of my way. Today was like, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Maybe it's because of the lunar moon and stuff, and it's November 1st or whatever it is. It's a brand new month. Let's be nice to everybody, that type deal. So, and then, sometimes there's a, not a cute girl, but there's a woman who's attractive. I'm blocking this camera. I'm sorry, I keep doing that. And you just want to make sure that, hey, how you doing? Not run up to her, hey, how you doing? Cute, pretty girl. You just want to make sure that you, yourself, now I've been walking 4 miles every day to try and stay in shape and try to do, and you can already see my shirt's already doing what I'm worried about right here on the video. And I don't, just, hey, how are you doing? Oh, good, how are you? All right, we're two people just saying hi and two ships passing in the night type deal. But I've had my phone in my pocket the whole entire time I've been in Walmart. And the reason why I'm like, I get back home and I actually caught myself walking into the house. We have actually three what are they, French doors, full glass. And if, it's sunny out and you can see your reflection for the most part in those glass windows. And I looked at myself, I go, what the hell? You can already see it in the video. You can already see it. I said, was I walking around like this all day? And I'm going to give you a second right here. If you're not on the YouTube video, now's your chance to go over there right now, because I'm going to show you exactly what I looked like for the hour and a half to almost 2 hours I was walking around Walmart buying stuff and getting stuff, and Halloween candies 50% off because it's November 1st. It's the day after Halloween, and all their Thanksgiving stuff is, 25% off. And me buying stuff for my bachelor weekend because my wife's not home, so I'm buying chili and I'm going up and down every aisle and touching and feeling everything. This is what I look like. If you're looking at me, see. Because of this shirt being so loose and linen, here's probably a better shot. Because I gotta take this out because it makes me feel nervous. Because my shirt is so loose and it's a linen shirt and it stretches out, putting that heavy phone in my front pocket made my whole shirt. You ever seen Flashdance? She's a maniac on the floor. The movie cover has her sitting in the chair with her legs, I don't know, halfway spread open or kind of knock-kneed together, and she's leaning there, and she's got that hoodie sweatshirt where they remove the hoodie and remove the sweatshirt, and it's like kind of hanging off of her shoulder. It's that 80s look. You know what the 80s look is. Where half of your left shoulder's exposed, but the right shoulder's all completely covered, and, everything's on your body at a 45-degree angle. I've been walking around Walmart all day long with my phone in my pocket and exposing, what are these, traps up here on top of your shoulder and your neck, traps like this. Like I'm some kind of hussy. I'm walking and I get to the house and I go, I'm feeling good about myself. I got all, smiles and grins and winks and all that stuff. And I get to the house and I look at myself in the French door window as I'm walking up the steps carrying in groceries. And I stopped and I go, what the fuck? Did I look like this all day long? All day long. They probably smiled at me, thought I was a little gay boy. Hey, everybody. Hello. So before I opened the door to get into the house, I kind of put my head down. Chalk it up for another one, Trav. Another embarrassing moment in the life history of embarrassing moments. I know. Oh, well. We've got, it's November now, so the next holiday is Thanksgiving, and we have family coming up. And my wife and I went round in circles On an argument, I didn't even think would be an argument. It's not an argument. My wife and I do not argue. We have discussions. When I hear arguments, I'm thinking yelling, screaming. Anything above a normal voice is an argument. We had a discussion, a misunderstanding or a disagreement. One side versus the other side, boys versus girls. And I'll dive into that when we come back. So stick around. I'll be right back. So Thanksgiving is the next holiday that's coming up. And this year, her nieces and husbands / boyfriends are coming up. Her brother, unfortunately passed away at I say early age. He was old enough to have 3 girls. And I think he passed away when he was 39, about, I think, 15, 16 years ago. But he did have 3 girls. And my wife is really good friends with the sister-in-law. And in that time, all of them have graduated from college. One has gone to law school, graduated. The other one's getting her master's degree, and she's still in school. I don't count that school because you're getting a master's degree. That's kind of like on your terms and stuff. And then there's one she's a junior in college. So they're like, 21, 25, and then 28 or something like that. So they're pretty close together. They're pretty tight-knit girls. It could be a, afternoon special, these 3 girls. And both out of the 3 of them, 2 of them have gotten a boyfriend or gotten married. Well, one's gotten married and one's got a boyfriend. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? And because of their lifestyle and everything that's been going on, and unfortunately, what's been going on here with my mom and stuff. Now, I'm not dwelling on my mom. She passed away. February will be 3 years. So in the 2.5 years, my dad's lived up here. The girls were going through their time, graduating and going through law school and, getting married and all that stuff. So the timing wasn't right for both families, my side of the family and her side of the family, to come up here and, or not that my family's going to come up here. Well, my dad's already up here, so let's do it that way. Because of my dad being here and them going through their life cycle, it wasn't a good time for them to come up here and join us on Thanksgiving. Normally, they've done it every year since we've been here. Up until, like I said. So now we have an extra 2.5 people. Who knows? 3 people. Who knows who's coming? I have no idea. The controversy that we're having is because our house is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house. But as you know, my dad lives here, so that's, he takes up 1 bedroom, and he has one of the bathrooms. The other, I say, I'm sorry, it's 2.5. It's not a 3. Yeah, it's 2.5 because we don't have a shower in the other bathroom. So my wife goes to me and says, well, how are we going to do this? I said, what do you mean, how are we going to do this? I said, there's a spare bedroom on my dad's side of the house. He can, or whoever's staying in that bedroom can use my dad's bathroom, whether it's the married couple or the girlfriend and boyfriend, or the niece with the boyfriend. And then the mom, the sister-in-law, could sleep on an air mattress in our entertainment room. And it's a big, 20 by 25. She's got her own room in there. Well, where's the other one going? I said, I don't know, babe. I don't know. So the solution to the problem was that one of them was going to rent one of those, like an Airbnb where they drop an RV off. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Drop an RV off in the backyard, and we'll hook it up with electric and water and stuff like that, and they can stay in the RV. And, it's only for like 4 days. They come in on Wednesday, and they leave on Saturday. They don't want to hang out with us. They got shit to do. They don't want to hang out with this guy, this loser guy. But, so that was the thing. My wife goes, well, if they're going to do this and going to do that, everyone can use our bathroom. Now, we have a very, very nice bathroom. It's, it's 10 by 15. It's got a walk-in shower. It's got its own bathroom, or the toilet's in a little closet, so you can walk in there and have your own privacy, and people can walk in and out while you're doing your business, and then, clean up, and you can walk out into the world like that. I said, no. What do you mean no? No. I do not want to share my bathroom with 8 to 9 other people during this weekend. Well, it's my family. I said, I don't care. We have a perfectly good bathroom. There's no reason why we should put ourselves out when we got a perfectly good bathroom over there in my dad's side of the house. They can use that. Now, my dad will have to, kind of tidy up a little bit. It's not disgusting in there, but it is, he's got pill bottles all over the place, for his blood pressure and blood thinners and whatever. He's got 15 different pills that he takes when you get to that age. I think he's 78. I know he's 78. And he's got all his medicine and all his Band-Aids and rubbing alcohol and gauze and stuff, because every time he, farts or turns around too quickly, a layer of skin flies off and it bleeds. It's that type of person. I said, there's nothing wrong with whoever stays in that spare bedroom over there to use his bathroom. And then we can use, or they can rotate. They done it before he moved in. They can do it again. I don't want them going in his bathroom. Why? Because it's embarrassing. It's an old man bathroom. I know it's an old man bathroom, babe, but this bathroom here, this is ours. This is our bathroom. We'll talk about it later. Okay, fine, no problem. We'll talk about it later. Later comes around. And I said, here's my solution, babe. What is it? I said, being that it's my dad's bathroom, and my wife and I did walk in there. My dad was out grocery shopping or something. My wife and I did walk in there because we bought him something to, like a cart that he can put some, to clear the countertop off is what we did. We bought him a cart that kind of slips in. It's like 7 inches wide, kind of slips in between the sink and the wall type deal. I said, let's go in there and look at it. She looked at it. She's like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I said, I know. He knows that he needs to take care of this bathroom. Now, he does have one of those, the things over the toilet where he can put his arm, it's got like an ADA where he can lower himself down and pick himself up. He's got a thing. He's got, pull towel bars and all that stuff. ADA bars going into his bathroom. Now, his tub, for the most part, it's a claw tub with a shower thing around it. So he needs something, to get his legs up over the thing. So there's stuff put in place so he can get in and out of that tub to take a shower. She looked in there and she's like, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I go, I know it's not. I said, we can, the week before they come, we can come in and kind of wipe everything down a little bit. And old people have that smell where it's kind of like a hospital, because of all the stuff that's in there. Not that my dad's using it all the time, but it just has a hospital smell in there. I said, we'll clean off the vanity, get everything off, because he's got his deodorant, he's got, powder and all, that's why we bought him a little thing that sneaks in on the side of the sink. I said, let's do it this way, babe. Let's have all the boys, because they're boys, my dad's a boy, shower and clean themselves in this bathroom. I said, the girls can all shower and stuff in our bathroom. She's like, okay. I said, but you are guilty of all the shit on our counter, so you need to clean that up. And we have a jacuzzi, and here I go. We have a jacuzzi tub right next to the vanity there that we don't use. So what happens when you don't use something and it sits there all day long? There's dust and there are like dead bugs in the bottom of it. And so I said, you need to clean all this up, okay? You need to clean all this up. I'll make sure that the walk-in shower is nice and clean and everything's scrubbed down and everything's good. And, we have fresh towels and the little toilet, cabinet, closet. That's my bathroom. That's my toilet. So, But I take care of my toilet. God damn it, I do. I make sure this is all clean. Everything's wiped down. Everything's like nice and douched. She's like, okay. I'm like, okay. You good with that? I'll think about it. But I think I sold her. I think I sold her on that. One of the things that we did, when we were like moving stuff around in the house, there was a spot where we needed another chair. We kind of moved some. Oops. We got to move some furniture around and got rid of something that we didn't need. It was a duplicate of something, and we were just trying to make a little bit more elbow room in the formal family room. I said, you know what we need here? Because we removed this whole like rack of wrought iron stuff. We moved it in another room, and I said, we need another place for someone to sit. What do you mean? Well, we need another place for someone to sit. Babe, we've got this big L couch out here, and you're going to have 9 people. Me and you, that's 11 people in this house. Someone needs another place, one more chair somewhere. Well, I'll get a wingback chair and just put it right here. I said, no, I don't want a wingback. I do want a wingback chair, but it needs to be a chair because it's kind of halfway in between the formal living room and the kitchen. I said, let's get one of those low back chairs where you can sit on it like this. If you're watching this on the video, sit on it like this. And if someone talks to you, you can just turn around and talk to that person in the kitchen. You're not putting a wall up. You're not blocking them all. So we found a low back chair with a little ottoman. She ordered it on Amazon. And they shipped it out to us. It's leather. It's real nice. Comes in. Looks good. It's like a brown tan rawhide leather. Little studs and stuff all over it. And you have to kind of put the feet on it type deal. It comes in Amazon. It comes in a big cube box. And I'm starting to put the feet on the ottoman. And, they just screw in. They're 6-inch feet, and I'm screwing them in. I'm like going, I think they sent us the wrong feet. She's like, what do you mean? I go, look. And I hold the ottoman up. And all 3 of the feet, except for one, is, 4 inches. And the one odd one is like 7. Did you put a typical wife? Well, what about the chair? Did you put the wrong leg on the wrong I go, oh God. Here's the chair. I'm sitting in the chair. Chair's fine. Ottoman got like a long leg. She goes, well, what do you want me to do? I said, well, we can send it back. All right, we'll send it back. We'll get one. This is all the way to Thanksgiving. So we have like 3 weeks to get this thing figured out. Meanwhile, my wife is planning on going on this horse trip at the same time. She's like, I'm not going to do it now, but I'll do it later when I get back from the horse show. My mind is on the horse show right now. I'm like, fine, no problem. I'll put the chair out there where it's going to be, and I'll just take the ottoman and just flip it up into the seat so, it's not rickety-rackety on the floor. Not even 24 hours. I look at the top, the low back part, and there's little pricks and stuff in it. Taterman, our rescued cat, well, we rescue all cats, that's in the house, has gotten up on top of that and done this. Across the top of this, rawhide leather chair. And I go, ooh. Ooh. Babe, what? Tater got on top of the chair. Uh-huh. He ruined the top of the chair. What? She comes out there and she feels it. And it's got like all the little, where his nails have gotten into it. Where he's, I said, babe, we got to send this back. Just send it back saying it's not the right size or something like that. She's like, will they take it back? Yeah, it looks like it got damaged in shipping. Just send it back. She's like, I'm not going to do it till I get back from the horse show. I don't have to deal with all that stuff right now and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, fine. So she goes on the horse show thing. And in the process of me making the chili and, ignoring the kids knocking on the door, nobody knocked on the door, and telling my dad that you're in charge of the Halloween trick-or-treaters and me getting stuff ready in the house. And I walk by the chair again, and the whole side is ripped up. Not ripped up, but, it's got where you can see where a cat has put its nails on it. I said, ooh, Tater. So I took a blanket and put it over the top of the chair. And I called my wife. You're not going to believe it. What? Tater got to the other side of the chair. What? Yeah. Oh, babe, they're not going to take that back. Babe, they are going to take it back because it's been less than 48 hours since we've gotten this chair, and Tater has gotten his fucking nails in it, let alone that the legs on the chair don't fit right. Put it back in the box. Don't put the cellophane bag over the top of it. Maybe they'll think that it got damaged in shipping when we ship it back to them. Babe, I don't have time to do this right now. She's in the middle of the horse show as I'm telling her this. She's like, put the thing back in the box. I said, I put a bigger blanket over the top of it. I'm not going to put it back in the box until we get it figured out what we're going to do. All right, we'll do that. So there you go. That's what... Fucking less than 24 hours. Now, I'm thinking to myself, if we were going to keep this chair, how long is this going to go on? How long is the cat going to sit there and rip out every little thing? I mean, we didn't pay a whole lot for it, like $250 for this stupid thing. And he already dug his claws in it within 24 hours. Oh, my God. Thank God, our leather couch, our leather L couch, he knows not to do it. You know why? I don't know why. I just was like, I'm looking for an answer. I don't have an answer. But this brand new chair item, he got a hold of it and ripped it not the shreds, but, kind of fucked it up a little bit. I applied for a position somewhere, and this is the last little bit, and I'll let you get back to doing what you got to do. I applied somewhere, and I heard back from them. And I'm not too happy with it because I think I got scammed. So stick around. I'll talk about that here and then let you get on doing what you got to do. So stick around. I'll be right back. If you're looking at this little... Oops, camera just switched. Let me switch back. If you're looking at this little mark on my face right here, this is what happens when you do yard work, man work, doing the weed whacker and stuff. And when you turn your weed whacker like this, up and down, vertical... and you're edging out and stuff. I had a pair of safety goggles on, actually just a pair of Florida Gator sunglasses, and a piece of rock or something jumped up and got me good. Jesus Christ, bang! I thought I was shot in the face. God damn it! And I'm doing this to make sure I'm not bleeding, looking at it, so I'm good. That's what that is. Just in case you're watching me on the video here. Here, there you go, right there. He got me good. So, as you guys might or might not know, I don't know. I don't care. Well, I do care. I do. I do several different podcasts here. This is my therapy. This is 50. This is all mine. This is all my show. There's no outside fingers or anything involved with this. Everything that you hear is basically... like I said, my therapy, this is my mental health type thing. I'm gearing up for my December 11th evaluation at the doctor. I signed up for that. And if you want to know more about that, you can go back and listen to the past couple podcasts where I talk about that. But so I've got a little bit of spare time on my hands. And the reason why I say that is because idle hands type deal. I'm trying to get out of the house. Everything is broadcast out of this studio. Now we have a really nice studio up here. We have on the other shows we have guests that come into the studio and yada yada yada, podcast upon podcast, that type of stuff. But I need to get out of the house. I like going to Walmart, walking around like an 80s chick with my ponytail on the side of my head. But I've been looking for just something to get another release, just to get outside. I don't want to work retail. I did that for 20 years at Home Depot. I don't want to be a waiter. I did that for 30 days. I didn't feel that the effort I was putting into waiting tables was a good return getting out of waiting on those tables. Again, past couple podcasts, talked about it many times. So I came across... through Indeed, I think. What happened to Monster? What happened to Career Builder? They fallen by the wayside. Everything is Indeed. So I put, what I'm looking for. I always do. I'm a glutton for punishment. I always do podcast, production, co-host, on-air talent. And I get all this different stuff for, you need a 15-year degree and bachelor in this. I'm like, oh, no, you don't. I've worked in those places. You don't need this. You don't need that. So this one place I came across was called Battle Games. And it's here in the Charlotte area. Actually, it's in Concord, which is just north of us. It's by the Motor Speedway. If you guys know where the here we go. The Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's where it's in Concord area. It's a big place. Small town, small people, big ideas. So they have a thing called Battle Games. It's kind of like where you can get a group of people and like you know what escape rooms are? People go in there and they say, okay, we're going to do an escape room. And, you got 2 hours to get out of there. And, you're panicking, beating yourself on the head and everyone, family members and truths come out. I slept with your fucking whatever. I don't know. Friends and family, they argue and the whole entire thing. But there's something out there. There's a new phenomenon called Battle Games. And I applied for it and it said, yeah, you must be able to do this, A, B, and C. And I sent them my resume. One of the things that said that you needed to be outgoing. I'm pretty outgoing. If you listen to my stories, you need to have some kind of tech savvy or production value or, not interest, but, smarts. Yes, I've got that. You need to be able to, think quick on your feet. You need to be able to, get the audience up and running. Basically, you're going to be a host of this thing that's like an escape room. But it's basically, I guess, two families that are trying to do, like a Double Dare type thing. I'm not sure, but it's all enclosed. It's not televised or anything. They do record it, physically record it. If you want to buy the DVD or what's a DVD? If you want to buy that, they do it for you. You can, sell it and whatever, or they'll sell it to you. Kind of like being on a cruise ship without the water. So I applied for it and I'm like, oh, this would be perfect. If I can just get out of the house and make fun of people and have a good time and crack some jokes and be smart and be witty and have an actual, comedians need that that immediate response. You like me. You really, really like me. I'm craving that outside of you guys. I appreciate you guys. I really do. But that immediate response, when you say something, you do something, and you're getting it, you feel like you're doing something. You're putting back into society for the most part. So I applied like 2-3 weeks ago and sent them my resume and all that. I get an email and it says, you did not make the first cut. I'm like, really? I'm grabbing the microphone here and I'm coming in real close. I'm waiting for the camera to switch. Have you seen my resume? Have you seen all the stuff that I've done and what that I'm capable of doing? Did you even look at it? Now I'm going to come back out. And it said you didn't qualify or whatever like that. And I go, all right, so on my resumes, for the most part, I do not put my educational experience. They don't need to know where I went to elementary school. They don't need to know where I went to junior high or middle school, depending on what age you are. They don't need to know where I went to high school. They don't even need to know if I graduated from high school. They don't need to know what community college I went to. They don't need to know that I went to a major Florida State University. Not Florida State. I went to a major Central Florida University. They don't need to know that I was on the Tampa Performing Arts Center and performed, what was the play that I did? Huck Finn or something. I forget. It was Huck Finn or Hare. I did one of the two there. They don't need that kind of. They don't need the educational part because you know why? There's no education involved in being a host. As I sit here and be a host of This Is 50 show. So I don't include that in my resume. I put skills in there. What are your other skills? Oh, I can do, what is it? Jesus Christ. Final Cut. I can do that. I can do editing. I can do, all the, Pro Tools, all the stuff. I can do all that stuff. I can do it. So I put all those things in there. Everything's escaping my mind right now. But I think they had an AI through the Indeed program look at my resume, and because I didn't put like education, I didn't do their format. I didn't put education and all the other stuff, and I think that I got kicked out. I don't think that's fair. And I've talked about stories on the other podcasts and stuff where AI is basically just, going through and scanning your stuff and just eliminating your stuff. There was a story that I had where the actual CEO put in his own resume for a position at his own company, and the AI process that the company uses kicked his out and said he wasn't qualified and went down to HR and fired. There was 14 people, fired every single one of them. So I'm thinking that the AI from Indeed did not pass along my resume because this Battle Games did not want me to be part of their, or I didn't qualify for it. So do you think that's fair? I don't think that's fair. I don't think that AI, as much as we want AI to help us and everything, God knows I pay for the premium package for ChatGPT. I get a lot of stuff from them as far as designing letters and stuff and logos and all the other stuff that I do outside of this show. I'm completely media based. I've got to do a lot of stuff, and I need to have it done and done quickly. Now, I don't rely on it, but I need a guidance. I need some kind of guidance as far as how I should address this, and so I don't come off like a snarky asshole. That's what I use all that stuff for. And for me to do like Photoshop and connect all that stuff, I can do that through AI stuff. God damn, I got frogs in my throat now. It's probably why I wasn't hired. But to be a host of a show, I didn't even get an audition. I didn't even get, a sizzle reel. Hey, send me your sizzle reel. Sure, I'll do that. Nothing. No, you don't qualify. You did not make the first cut. Well, shit. Fuck. Looking forward to doing that. I am doing a live event this, not this Saturday, next Saturday, for this show right here. That should be fun, but gets me out of the house. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening to me work all this stuff out. I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. Okay? See you. Bye. Shut your little nipple there. There you go. You like that? See ya.